What is up, all my dorks, nerds, geeks, and gamers? It's your host, Ghost here, and I'm joined with...
Specialist. How is it going, guys?
I know it's been a while since we did a podcast, but we are back, and today we're talking movies, blockbuster movies, summer movies, time to get back in the theaters, reopen them, and once they reopen, what's the first movie you want to see when theaters reopen and you're allowed to go back?
Me?
Yes, personally. I'm just curious at this point.
It's a toss-up between Kong versus Godzilla
Okay.
and the Kingsman. The new
The
Kingsman.
Kingsman, yeah.
Oh, God. I was so mad when everything shut down because it was due to release a month.
Yeah, September, I believe it was the original release date.
It was due to release a week at when, like, we just went to watch. I can't remember what we went to watch, but it was a week from then. And then with that week, everything shut down. And I was so fucking mad. I was like, really? That's all I wanted to watch this year. Like, that was the first movie I saw this year that I was, like, so excited for. And it's going to be a good one.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
it's definitely going to be good.
better than the first Kingsman, in my opinion.
The only thing that has me worried about the new one is that it's PG-13. And the other two are rated R.
They really didn't. It wasn't as gory as in our movie, anyways. Like,
Right.
even
It was more the language and the British slang and stuff like that, I think, than anything.
I could give a shit less about that.
Right.
But the action, the gadgets, and the camaraderie made that movie, and I was so stoked when I saw that preview, especially in like the First World War and all their fucking cool gadgets. Like, they're gonna be like steampunk style gadgets, and it's gonna be cool as hell. And I was like so happy.
Right. I agree
They've
with
got
you.
a lot of good actors in it.
Well,
I
I
mean,
know
they
the guy
got,
they chose
what's
to
his
play the
name
main
from Grand.
character is great. Like, he's an awesome actor. He's also in The World's End. He was in a bunch of British movies. He's such a good actor.
Yeah.
I'm hyped for it, and I think I like the enemy they chose too. What's his name? He's a historical bad guy.
So it's God, I know who he is now. Like,
Uh,
I'm a history buff, and I should know this, and I don't. I
yeah, but
don't
I
know
know,
the name.
but he looks great. The guy that they have playing him, he pulls it off. He looks like he would, and he acts like he would. It's awesome.
Same guy. He played the same fucking character he did in Harry Potter. Like that
Oh,
guy.
okay.
That's the same guy.
Yep.
It's the same fucking guy that did like the Russian wizard, whatever he was.
Yeah.
And it fits. I mean, it's the same fucking character pretty much, and I like it. But there is another one, Morbius.
Yes, Morbius will be good.
Oh,
I think I'm
was.
more hyped for Venom 2 than I am Morbius, though.
I'm not.
But that's just me.
I love Tom Hardy, and
Right.
he killed it as Venom. But I want new blood. I want new stuff.
Right.
I want to see a new anti-hero enter the fold. Somebody good. Because Deadpool, I love Deadpool, but I think they're going to ruin the next movie.
But it's confirmed rated R. Confirmed rated R bet by Kevin Feige.
It goes so far with a good franchise without having teammates.
Right.
Morbius, he's as serious to his comedy. I mean, He really is. I mean, that dude got fucked over. In the comic books, the movie's not going to do it justice, but it's going to be a good movie.
Right.
I'm pretty.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll be decent. I think it'll be a good origin story. I don't know how good of a singular movie it'll be, because I hope they don't. The mistake a lot of origin movies make is they don't put enough of a thick enough. I don't know how to explain it. They don't put a juicy enough story in the first one. You get what I'm saying? To keep you interested.
This is where he came from.
Yes.
jump to something completely fucking different, like 20 years ahead, and you're like, how the fuck did we get here? I didn't see
Right.
how we got powers. I didn't see this. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but for this character and a lot of the Marvel characters in general, it'll make a fucking difference.
Oh yeah,
Especially when it
for
goes to
sure.
like Avengers succeeded because they did cycles. I mean,
Yeah.
they did cycle 1, 2, and
Phase one,
3.
2, and 3, and then we're now in phase 4.
Yeah,
Right.
and good like characters that we knew and love are dead. And instead of just rebooting a fucking series, they're gonna start new with new heroes, and we're gonna start to enjoy those people because that's how they fucking operate.
Right. Well, that's just going to keep the cycle continuously going forever and ever.
Because it creates a new story. Until you run out of Stan Lee superheroes, you
Right.
could like what was the one guy, the light bulb guy? You could still make him into a fucking superhero
Oh
movie
yeah, they
in
could
Marvel.
do anything. Any hero could make a
Yeah,
good movie.
and pretty much you just have to follow the script Stanley wrote. You
Right.
put your foot to it, but that's literally all they've done.
Right.
Stan Lee was an amazing writer in his own right. I mean, the guy could fucking make light, like just light, into a
Right.
superpower, and it was a good story.
Right. Well, yeah,
Even
he was a legend because what he did differently than every other comic book writer is he put himself in the shoes of the hero. Whereas a lot of people wouldn't. They would look at heroes as like almost like gods, like Superman. When they were writing Superman, he was always a god figure. So they wrote him as a god figure. The difference Stan Lee was he was like, well, what if I was Superman? Would I want to would I want that god figurehood? That's where with great power comes great responsibility comes from was Stan Lee. That
nah,
he was the one that understood that being a superhero wasn't all
you're not a god.
glitz and
It doesn't
glamour.
still have the same flaws, and you still have the same drawbacks as any other person.
If
You
not
just
more.
have
If not
ability.
more, because you feel you have to do the right thing because you have that power.
Yeah,
So you have
you
more
have
responsibility.
have the same drawbacks as the normal Joe. Like Spider-Man was the perfect
Yep.
example.
Yep.
I mean, maybe exaggerated, which most superheroes are. That's how you get to
Should
the.
be. Yeah.
I mean, you get to the point where okay, grandma dying from cancer isn't as serious as Uncle Ben getting shot by a burglar or
Right.
dying later on, and Aunt May's just a sexy ass
It's just
random.
middle-aged
Yeah, like no, uh,
dating Happy Hogan.
I respect what they've done because they followed the
I agree with you. I think they're doing it
they
the right way.
followed the script, and what was it like fucking 50 years ago he started doing the comics?
Oh,
Even
way
more
longer.
actually,
Yeah,
because
I think
he was born in the 40s,
1920s.
wasn't he? That's
I think 1920s is like when DC started.
so it's been about like
So it's been a long time,
well,
like
DC one thing
100
Marvel.
years or
Stanley
so.
only went 100
Yeah,
though.
Stanley was like 60s, 70s, and 80s.
Okay, so Stanley, well, he was about 90. I'd say Stanley was 90. He lived a good life.
Yeah, he was like he was like 90 something
I
when
mean,
he died.
he probably started writing them in World War II era. That's where Captain America came
He
from.
became famous. Yep, when he
Yeah.
had that issue punching Adolf Hitler in the face for the very first historical figure to appear in a comic book, Adolf Hitler getting punched in the face by Captain America.
Yeah. Dude, I would have loved to have spent some time with Stanley just to hear what he had, like his ideas.
His wisdom and
Yeah, just his wisdom. Like, I don't give a shit about what you did. Like, just tell me what goes through your head on a daily
but he
basis.
does there is a dark side associated with Stan Lee though that a lot of people tend to forget, and that is he did have a lot of partners that drew the characters and gave them the look, and Stan Lee kind of was like, they're still my characters. I don't care if you designed them or not. They're still my characters.
but he made them.
Yeah, he made
He
their
made,
personalities and
and
what
he
they
couldn't
like.
draw. If he couldn't draw, that is what it is. But he wrote.
Right.
He made the backstory. He created the universe itself.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he paid most of those fucking ghostwriters.
Oh no, they were paid good, but the main one is like Steve Ditko that
Well,
everyone gets offended by. They're like, "Oh, he never gave Steve Ditko credit." He did actually, because even to this day, like Doctor Strange the movie has a Steve Ditko credit in the movie for the design of Doctor Strange, and I'm like, he's still getting credited to this day. What are you talking about?
he's still making money. He's
Right.
just he wanted more. And you
Yep.
know what, guy? You went into a gold mine and you probably spent your money too fast. That's your fault.
Yep.
But you know, Stanley still created that universe. That is his baby. Like the whole Marvel universe is his baby.
It
There's
is.
maybe a few characters didn't, and he let somebody else nitpick and do their own thing. So it was a different genre, which is what you should do. It's a good
Well,
business.
see, now that's why I'm going to bring in another legend then. This is why I think I'm going to say a bold statement, but I think that Kevin Feige is the best producer in all of Hollywood and ever has been. Not only is he the best, but I think he's the best that has ever existed so far to this point in time.
Not true. He is one of. He is on the top, but I don't think he is the best. Mainly because you got Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
For what he does, I mean, you got to look at art in different perspectives.
Right.
You
Well, but
like,
uh, but
like
but but as a producer, Kevin Feige knows his audience and he knows exactly what they want and what they don't want. Like 100%. Like he doesn't mess up. Even WandaVision, people were watching WandaVision and they were like,
I
"This show sucks." But no, you get to episode 3 and then you're like, "Okay, I was wrong. Everything does not suck. It all is perfect."
I mean, even I was skeptical because I didn't want to get invested in something
Yep.
and just stop watching it halfway through. Kind of like I did with Walking Dead.
Right.
Walking Dead was amazing. The first
6
four,
seasons.
4 to 6 seasons. It
Yeah, because I
was
think Governor was at the end of season 6. So, what up, Yancey?
yeah.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, I was sitting there, man. It's like, hey, it's past 7:30. I was like, ah, fuck, where's my phone? And then I look at my phone. I was like, oh shit. All right.
All right, well, welcome.
Well,
This is Nike. Welcome to the podcast. We're talking about Stan Lee at the moment and Kevin Feige
Oh
and how they're legends of what they do.
yeah.
All right, but now that Yancey's here, I think we should switch gears here. Have you seen the Godzilla vs Kong trailer yet, Nike?
no, no, like I seen like the first part of it. I was catching it, like I was watching something earlier.
All right, well, we're gonna be talking some Godzilla vs Kong, so you can just hop in or whatever if you're hyped or whatever. But so from that trailer, specialist. All right, so the very first shot you see in that trailer is you see that smoke cloud and something coming through that smoke cloud and the people running. This is
Oh
where
yeah.
I think the twist, this is where I think the whole twist of the movie belongs. I think that thing you see come out of that smoke cloud, I think that's Mechagodzilla. And that is made by humans, okay? And it's not Godzilla versus Kong like actual Godzilla versus Kong. I think what we're going to get is Mechagodzilla with a Godzilla type skin on versus Kong. And Kong's going to beat the crap out of him, destroying that skin, revealing Mechagodzilla. And then the real Godzilla is going to show up and help Kong take out Mechagodzilla. That's what I
See,
think's going on.
I don't think that's how this is going to play out in this movie, to be honest. I think it's going to be a humanitarian mission to remove Kong from that island.
Well, but you also got to remember the end of Destroy All Humans when that guy got King Ghidorah's head at the very end.
Yeah. I mean,
So he's planning something with some sort of mind control takeover.
But I don't think. I mean, he may try to control Kong, which, in a military standpoint, seeing that they've got the military running the whole thing, but you can't go off that because I would look at that being like, that's a massive waste of resources. Leave that fucking monkey there and let him do his thing. If he's not gonna die, leave him alone. We can do this without him. But anyways,
Or the other twist is that Godzilla is being mind controlled, and the only way to break his mind control is that little girl who can communicate with Kong. She can probably also communicate with Godzilla.
yeah, could be. But once again, those movies aren't that in depth, man. Like, it's at like a city level. It's kind of like Rampage, but better.
Right.
But a real, I mean, it was. They don't give a fuck about the individual. That's what I liked about it, because that's how it would be if a fucking godlike monster went into your city and wiped somebody out. He's not gonna stop for a little girl going, "Let me touch your hand." No, he's
Right.
gonna stop because he doesn't fucking see it. He don't care.
Yeah,
It's
but
a
I understand what they're doing with that little girl though. What they're doing is they're taking the Kong lore of he always has one human that he attaches to.
They're making him more human.
Yeah.
So
Well, the thing is, Kong has always had a human. Every iteration of Kong has had a human that he attaches to,
yeah,
and so this is his human
yes.
that he's attaching to.
Well, he's got nothing else to relate to but us.
Right.
Because if he ran up to a random ass monkey, they're gonna run away because that motherfucker's huge. Like, a human is just up to go. You might like me. I wouldn't. I would fucking run.
So,
Fast as fuck away from King Kong.
but
I'm not stupid.
so what are you thinking, Nike? Are you watching it or?
Yeah, I'll probably watch it.
It's
More good.
I don't know how I feel about it. Because it looks like their first encounter is going to be on the out there.
aircraft carrier.
Yeah, in the middle of the ocean where
Yep.
Kong is at a serious disadvantage.
But
But
if you notice,
makes it,
in that trailer, that axe he has is a piece of Godzilla's spine. That's why it can take in the nuclear blast that he holds up in the air.
Yeah, at the end of it. Yeah.
So I think that's where Kong is going to get that spine, is in the water. They're going to be thrashing around, and Kong is going to rip out one of those things.
I think that's true. Might use like a boat propeller and just fucking gouge that bitch out.
Yeah.
But I could see him doing that shit. He like picks up half that fucking cruiser and just fucking stabs the shit out of Godzilla and gets that spine out. But
I don't think, like they said, I don't think that's Godzilla. Godzilla would not attack humans like that randomly. Out of the two movies, he wouldn't do it.
You know how many people he killed in a fucking city in the last movie? Just because he was after Mothra? A fucking moth?
But he was after something. But I'm saying, like, he has never, in these movies, just went out and destroyed cities just to do it.
No. And I don't
So
think
there's a story reason for it.
Destroyed any of those cities. He's going on. That's it. He's hunting.
It could be hunting for him and then trying to find Skull Island, maybe. And maybe that's why he's destroying.
Maybe. I don't think it's Skull Island. And once again, those trailers mix match things so that's better. So you can't just go off the timeline they give you because it's a joke until you really see the movie.
Right. And then you realize like half of the scenes are all from the same 10 minutes.
Yeah. Nike, I got a question for you. What do you think about Morbius?
God damn, just straight throw 180 in there. I mean, what do I think about Morbius?
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, we're back at Morbius now.
Yeah, we're back in my movie that I want to see.
I mean, as long as it's done right, they shouldn't have any problems.
It's gonna be done right. I know they haven't done a movie wrong yet. It looks just the aesthetic and the way they present Morbius.
Wait, who's doing Morbius?
Sony.
Yeah, I know Sony is. Who'd
I
they
don't
have?
know who the director. I think it's a newer director.
But you can't
Jared
really.
Leto. Jared Leto's playing him.
Yeah, I know Jared Leto. Which I thought Jared Leto was I thought that'd actually be pretty good.
Yeah, I think he fits
I
the.
think, yeah, I think he would do better than that than he did with Joker.
Oh, for sure.
Not that,
100%.
like I said, I mean, I understand what he was trying to do for the Joker too. He was trying to have his own take on it, which I can respect that. It didn't work out. But now the Morbius role, yes, that I think that fits Jared Leto a lot better than a Joker role did.
I agree with that. I think he's got the look, and if you get the right writers, because Morbius can be a very heartfelt character if written the right way, and that's the thing. And the other thing is they can't shove Spider-Man down your throat the whole movie. Like that's the
No.
other thing I'm worried about.
No, let Morbius have his. If
Yeah.
you're doing a movie about him, then do the movie about him. I mean, yeah, have Spider-Man cameo or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
just don't basically make it Spider-Man and then Morbius was
Yeah.
there.
That's the only thing I'm worried about is that they just start shoving Spider-Man down our throats and then don't let off until the very
I
end or
don't think
something.
I don't think they will.
But I have to say
Mainly,
this as well.
Marvel has more for it
I'm
than
down with
just
origin stories, but don't leave the last 10 minutes the whole movie. Like, don't lead up to the last 10 minutes being an action scene of an origin story and that's it. You know what I mean? Give me like a good hour of a 2-hour movie of him being Morbius, doing Morbius stuff, sucking people up through his hands and being a vampire and flying around and super strength.
Yeah, because
that.
not a lot of people are in like for moviegoers who watch the cinematic universes. Morbius is a really cool character,
He is.
I think if they take that approach where they dive down into just him, then you'll be good.
Yeah.
Like I said, everyone knows Spider-Man. We're good.
And then
Everyone-
also Tom Hardy, we got to worry about as them shoving Venom down our throats as well, because that's their other baby. So
Once again, a cameo. One cameo would be good. Like you just, hey, we're in the same universe. Just
right. And I think that's what that Adrian Toomes cameo is going to be. I think that's going to be the big thing that ties everything
together.
into the MCU in together. And I think it's going to work out pretty well.
Good. And Sony wins, Marvel wins, and
Yep.
we all have a good experience.
Everyone wins. Win, win, win. And I do wonder how Morbius ties into Venom 2 though, if at all, because it makes me very curious.
Maybe the cameo for Venom 2.
Because the only thing I can think of is like you have this character of Carnage who is like a serial killer, who's one of the most bloody villains of Marvel, and then you literally got Morbius, who's a vampire who feeds off blood. Like that would be a good spot to have connection somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Cletus and him run into each other very quickly, somehow, some way. That'd be cool. But I want to see. I do want to see how Woody Harrelson does as Cletus Cassidy. I'm just waiting for that trailer to come out to see it.
He could do really good
I know.
if they don't goddamn wig.
It's a 50-50. Well, he's bald. They decided not to do a wig.
Thank fucking
They decided
God.
to just go with Woody Harrelson looking. I think they did. It is a wig, but it's a much better wig. Like it looks more realistic.
It's a real wig, not fucking straw.
Well,
Peter
like
Pan.
literally, like when they introduced him, like at the
Yeah.
event, like it just seemed like it looked like they were like literally they were doing like the last scene, like this last day of production. They're like, all right, we got the whole movie. We're basically
Woody
we're ready.
Harrelson's here.
We're ready to go into post. Then Woody shows up and they're like, Carnage, we need a wig. Who's got it? You know
Get a
what?
wig.
We'll use that. We got to put him in the movie right now.
It looks like
And it's like,
Tropic
like that's what I felt like when I seen that. I was like, I don't feel like this was planned. I feel like this was super rushed.
You look like a Raggedy Ann doll just sitting there in a
It
jail
looks
cell.
like- You remember Tropic Thunder?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like. And I was looking at that going, God damn it, you guys fucked that up for me. Because both of you did that. Like, both of you said shit. And I'm like, now I'm going to watch Venom and watch this. And I did. And I'm like,
It's like the first. I was like, what the
fucking
fuck is
typical
that?
Dude, I was already clocked out of Venom long before that. The scene that made me clock out of Venom was the drone scene. Once the drone showed up, I was like, nah, I'm done. Like, this is so dumb now. He's hitting him with tendrils, like, hitting him on his motorcycle as he's driving. I was like, oh my God.
See, I could deal with it because there was a good actor behind him. I mean,
Yeah.
he fucked that
Well,
role.
my problem was I was just trying to picture it as a comic book. And I was like, I could not picture
Can't
Eddie
do
Brock
that.
on a motorcycle just using tendrils to take out some drones instead of just turning into Venom and smashing all of them. And
If
then,
there were drones coming at you, ain't gonna go, let me pull my gun out. No, you're gonna use your tendrils. But
no, if we're actually Venom, you just go full Venom and just destroy them.
if you were actually Venom, there wouldn't be fucking drones on you because you weren't riding on a fucking motorcycle.
Right, you would be on a motorcycle.
Well, I don't understand that. Like, it's a fucking sentient being that controls your body, pretty much.
Oh, I understand it. I know exactly what it was. They were like, oh, we got Tom Hardy. He likes motorcycles. Put him on a motorcycle. Put him on a motorcycle.
I think they're building up to what's that one dude's name? The dude who's the king of all the symbiotes.
Oh yeah, the new guy, the newest character or whatever. Not new, but he's from like 2012 or something like that.
Because he's like one of the strongest beings in all the universe.
Yeah, he's the creator of the symbiotes, and he's the one that sent them to different planets to.
Oh, that's right, Null. There we go.
Oh, yep.
Like I think that's what they're building up to in that like Venom and Carnage.
I hope so.
Or like they say, I hope so. But I mean, it's. I hope so, and then I don't because Sony has it.
I
I'm
think.
sorry. I
feel you. There's one hope I have to say though. The one hope I have for Venom 2 is Andy Serkis as director. Like, Andy Serkis can make a good movie. He knows what it takes to make a good movie. Like, not just good movies. I'm talking like Lord of the Rings level good movies. Like good movies.
Well, I was sitting there, and then like, 'cause some people were talking about the Spider-Verse movies that could
Come
that
on.
are be potentially down the pipeline now.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping now because I was watching some old '90s Spider-Man anime like the other day with all my kids,
Right.
and I'm watching it, and like it's still just as good. And then all of a sudden, Madam Web came in, and I was like, oh my god.
She would be the tie for
I
everything.
was like, God damn it, dude! I forgot about Madam Web. I'm like,
Oh,
why
yeah.
don't we have her? And then I'm like, that's it. That's how you put her in Spider-Man, and you can literally tie Spider-Man into anything now.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she exists in every reality. So she's the one constant in every single reality.
Because
As long as you got Madam Web, you're good.
so I was sitting there and I was like, all right, because you could bring her, because she would know, like the Collector and
Yep.
the guy that,
His brother, the Grandmaster,
yeah, the
Jeff
Grandmaster,
Goldblum. Yep.
because they all know each other.
Yep.
Thanos could even like Lady Death, like all these people that have been would know her or
Yep.
may know her. So
That would tie into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness and everything going on there.
you can literally put your whole Spider-Verse movie together with that because she
Yep.
can be like, I've watched you guys all
Yep.
over, she.
Speaking of which, this is actually brand new news that hit the MCU just a few days ago. We just found out that Wanda will be in Spider-Man as well as Doctor Strange too. So now that officially ties Doctor Strange, Wanda, and Spider-Man in all three movies together. So they're all three multiverse movies, but it's going to be one story, three movies.
Like, the multiverse it opens up so many doors. You can just do some crazy, weird shit and get away with it. Like, to this day, I have no fucking clue what they're gonna do with that. Like,
there's so many options, dude.
There are.
So many.
There really are. Like, you could go any way you want with it, and
it all works.
you know, like, you will know what's gonna happen in the movies with WandaVision or whatever the fuck else you want.
Well, WandaVision needs to pick up.
Hold on, we'll save your episode 3. We'll do our side piece later for that episode. So don't give your opinions on it yet. We'll talk about it. But
I'm on 2 right now. Don't.
But
spoil it.
I'm gonna say I enjoyed episode 3. Like I was like, okay, now it's starting to get there. It's starting to get where I want it to be. And there's only I think I don't know if there's 6 or 9 episodes, but we're getting there. We're getting to the halfway point now.
Well, if it's 9 episodes, I can still understand. But if you're at 6 episodes,
I think it is 9 actually. I think about it. I think it is.
I would have put a little bit more
Speed.
not speed, more emphasis on that episode.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it. Well, when you watch it, you'll watch it.
There's one scene that but we'll talk about it in our thing.
It's,
We'll talk about it in our movie minute.
let's just say WandaVision has not scratched the itch yet. Like, I'm still waiting to see something from Marvel.
I did.
And I know they're doing it with this whole show right now, but it's kind of like hit and miss.
Like Vision being the drunk, though, that was pretty.
Oh, when he
funny.
swallowed that gum. When he swallowed that.
Yeah, that's funny. But
See, now he's Vision's the one that's getting to me in it though.
See, I like I really think Elizabeth Olsen is killing it as Wanda. Like, especially episode 3. Like
Yeah.
that scene, that was like her top-notch acting. Like
Dude,
that was good.
Dude, the Ed, like right before the Ed, I was sitting there, I was like, this is the moment that she's.
Yep. Yeah.
To me, I was like, nah, she ain't Wanda no more. They ain't Wanda. I'm thinking it's like watching Anakin fold into.
Yeah, that's what it is. And that's what I like about it.
It's like watching Wanda morph right into Scarlet Witch. In the episode 3, the ending of it, I was like, oh, don't fuck with her.
All right, guys. Well, we'll save that for our Dorkston movie minute. Me and Yancey. We'll save that. Me and Nike, Yancey, whoever you want to call him. But we're over here 32 minutes, so we gotta cut this podcast off here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. We talked a whole bunch of movies. We talked about some legends. I'm hoping to be back next week, guys. We'll try again. We'll try make this more consistent. We're trying as hard as we can. We all got very busy lives. I promise you. But we will be back. So make sure you guys leave your comments down below if there's any topics you guys want us to cover or anything you're interested in our opinions on, and we'll gladly tell you what we think about it or what we don't think about it. Like, subscribe, and share. As always, keep it right here on Dorkston. I've been your host, Ghost, joined with
And Nike Y43.
And until next time, guys, adios.
Adios.